A fifth of workers are ready to give up on Social Security. Breaking news. Millions of seniors today get a large portion of their monthly income from Social Security, but many of today's workers don't expect to get to do the same. In fact, the latest paints a fairly bleak picture of the program's financial outlook. In the coming year, as of earlier this year, the trustees expect those trust funds to be depleted by 2035, and they anticipate a 20% reduction in scheduled benefits once that happens. These targets. Now, the good news is that no one is talking about a complete elimination of Social Security as an income source for seniors. Frankly, where does that leave today's workers? It's simple. They should. Related video: How to plan for a Social Security shortfall, provided by CNBC. It's too soon to know how well Social Security will fare financially in the coming years, but one thing you can do to prepare for retirement is to start building a nest egg of your own. If you set aside, of course, the more time you give yourself to build that nest egg, the more financially secure you're apt to be in retirement, as the following table illustrates. Start saving $500 a month at age. You'll have this much money by age 67, assumes a 7% average annual return. In case you're wondering about that 7%, it's actually a couple of percentage points below the stock market's average. If you're dealing with it, if you're older and closer to retirement, you'll need to contribute far more than $500 a month to your nest egg to emulate the figures above. But if you're willing to, though Social Security isn't going away completely, the picture of what your retirement benefits look like might change considerably between now and when your career comes to a close. The best way to have sponsored the Social Security bonus most retirees overlook. If you're like most Americans, you're a few years or more behind on your retirement savings. But a handful of
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park,